replace the variable with its value, work it out. Area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. The base, again, is the bottom, which in this case is 7 feet, times the height is the imaginary dotted line, 6 feet, divided by 2. Order of operation, multiply before you do fractional division. 7 times 6 is 42. By the way, feet times feet is feet squared. All areas squared. And 42 divided by 2, you could, when in doubt, work that out. 2 in the 42, 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 times 2 is 4, remainder 0. 2 goes into 2 once. 1 times 2 is 2, remainder 0. And your answer is 21 feet squared, or square feet. And once again, if you know the formula, you write the formula, replace the variable with that value, and then work it out. And finally, the last type of polygon I want you to be able to figure out is a trapezoid. And again, there will be a dotted line in the trapezoid, just like there was in a parallelogram and in a triangle, because you need to know the height. And let's say that this side right here is maybe 17 centimeters, and this is 5 centimeters, and this is 8 centimeters, and this is 7 centimeters, and this is 4 centimeters. So again, for a perimeter of a trapezoid, it's side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 plus side 4. But remember, the 4 centimeters is not a side, so don't include that. So you can go with 5 centimeters plus 7 centimeters plus 17 centimeters plus 8 centimeters. And 5 and 7 is 12. 12 plus 17 is 29. 29 plus 8 is 37 centimeters. And then the area of a trapezoid, this is the most complicated of all the formulas, because it says the sum of base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. By the way, sometimes that formula is written 1/2 times the sum of base 1 plus base 2 times the height. But dividing by 2 and multiplying by 1/2 mean the same thing. Because to get half of something, don't you have to divide it by 2? Anyway, if you replace base 1 with one of the 2 parallel lines, the bottom and the top, that would be 17 centimeters, plus the other base is 5 centimeters. And the height is the imaginary dotted line, 4 centimeters. And then you divide by 2. By the way, order of operation, do parentheses first. 17 plus 5 is 22. We'll have to go up here with it. 22 centimeters times 4 centimeters divided by 2. 22 times 4 is 88. Centimeters times centimeters is centimeters squared, or square centimeters, divided by 2. And 88 divided by 2 is 44 centimeters squared. And again, there's more work for area of a trapezoid than any of the other ones, but it's still the same process. Write the formula, replace the variables with their value, and use the order of operations to work it out. It is true, maybe you didn't catch that the bases were the 2 parallel lines, the bottom and the top. The 2 parallel lines are the bases. By the way, you might be saying, what do you call the 2 sides then? They're actually referred to as the legs. And again, in a parallelogram, the 2 parallel lines are congruent. But in a trapezoid, they're not congruent. That's why you have to have a B1 and a B2. The B1 stands for one base, the B2 for the other. And again, you might say, well, why did you make B1 17? How do I know that? It doesn't matter. The commutative property of addition says whether you add 17 plus 5 or 5 plus 17, you can get the same answer. So if you want to call this base 1 and this base 2, that's fine. But again, for all of those IXL assignments, what I would hope that you would have done is replace the variable with its value, use the order of operations, and work it out. but it all starts with the formulas. And you don't even need to memorize the formulas right now, because the formulas are, excuse me, on a sheet I sent you with Google Classroom. By the way, there is something I forgot to tell you on the last videos, okay, because I usually tell it to you in class when we didn't have class. And that is, when you're working with perimeter and area, I will allow you to use a calculator. The honest truth is, I don't see where the calculator is going to help you that much, because the math work is not very hard. 5 plus 7 plus 17 plus 8, that's not hard. And even here with the more complicated one, 17 plus 5 is 22, that's not hard. 22 times 4 is 88, that's not hard. And 88 divided by 2 is 44, that's not hard. But if you want,